chasing in our Thunder truck all day. TJ, you saw a lot of snow earlier. I can see in your camera shot now, certainly less snow, but still really icy right now.
Yeah, Noah, certainly a little change from what we saw earlier in western Jackson County. We've made it back closer to the capital. We're on the northern side of Tallahassee, and we're seeing right now a little bit of that snow and sleet mixture. If you look down at the pavement, you can see that it's not that snow that we had earlier, but notice it's kind of clear. It's the little ice pellets or sleet pellets, but honestly, this can make things just as treacherous on the roads, and in some cases maybe make them even slicker just because of the nature of these pellets versus the snowflakes. Either way, when we were traveling down I-10, the travel was horrible. We saw tractor trailers that were jackknifed, cars in ditches, and many of the exit ramps were completely untouched. Now we're here in a parking lot just off Capitol Circle, and you can see the grass compared to what we saw earlier on. It's definitely not quite as covered. There's been more of that icy mix here compared to what we saw earlier on this evening with that heavy wet snow. It's because temperatures just a little bit higher in the atmosphere are a little bit warmer, so we're seeing that sleet coming down, not being able to completely come back into that snowflake form. But I do think that we're going to see that colder air start to filter back in, and we'll likely see maybe a little more snow versus sleet as we head through the remainder of the evening. But we still have a little ways to go, and the roads have not been good. So if you don't have to travel, it would be a good idea to hunker down and stay indoors and brave the cold and maybe enjoy that warmth with a cup of hot cocoa or something. I'll send it back over to you guys at the studio.
Jay, thank you. Now with those temperatures dropping, all that where you are, that slushy stuff is going to turn to ice. Thank you. Well, earlier tonight, there was so much snow where TJ was, he was able to make a snow angel.
Yeah, it was pretty wild out there. Snow was really coming down tonight, and you could see significant snowfall. And you don't get to do this very often, but there you have it. Snowfall angels in Florida. And pretty amazing stuff, actually making snowballs there as well. So wild times in northern Florida. Yep,
that was Jackson County. Well, Ocala and Marion County are also on high alert tonight. That's because they're going to see sleet and freezing rain as well. Let's get out to Fox 35's Manny Martinez. He is live there tracking the conditions for us tonight. So Manny, what are you seeing out there right now?
Luann, the rain, it has been on and off here for the majority of the night, hardest between 8:45 and 9. If we zoom in across the way on one of those light posts, that is where you'll get the best view of what it looks like and it feels like now. The wind actually started to pick up too. Thankfully, though, as of now, we haven't seen any ice buildup. The rain, more of a nuisance tonight.
It's messy out.
Your eyes are burning and your nose is running.
We tried to find it, but there's just very little beauty in this kind of weather. The pesky rain making it feel downright cold.
It's very miserable. Right now in this clothes, I'm freezing, and I don't want to be out in it.
Neither do I. It's so cold you could see my breath. We also saw hardy shoppers with scrunched shoulders trying to stay warm. And this group of dedicated runners got 4 miles in before the worst of the storm.
It's like down to the bone, you know, you can feel it because as you're running and the wind blows by, God, man, it tends to numb you up.
The local roads as well as I-75 behind us where we are both look to be running smoothly at this hour. As for the schools here in Marion County, the district says they will be open tomorrow and Thursday, but saying that the activities that were supposed to have been outside, they have been canceled. We're live in Ocala tonight. Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News.
All right, thanks, Manny. While it might feel cold for Floridians, our visitors here have a different approach to this wintry weather.
Yeah, they are still out and about. Disney and Universal both packed with people today, and Icon Park, no different. And that's where we find Fox 35's Chancellor Wynn. So Chancellor, you talked with a couple of people who are braving this winter weather tonight.
Yeah, they're braving the winter weather, and even though we're not seeing some of the joys of the snow, we are experiencing a lot of that cold temperatures. And throughout the night over the past few hours, that rain has been starting to come down pretty heavily. Right now, we're in a bit of a lull, but it is starting to pick up, and the cold temperatures only get made worse because of that wind chill. Now, as you can imagine, with vacationers coming down from different parts of the United States and even some I spoke to from Canada, they're luckily having to wear, and they've brought down their sweaters, their jackets, and that's what we're seeing many of these vacationers outside doing. They're not letting these cold weathers and these cold temperatures really take them down on this vacation they're having. Instead, they're just wearing these jackets, grabbing their umbrellas, and really making sure that they're able to get the most out of their vacations down here. We actually spoke from a family from Ohio, and they said up there, they're having a snow day, so they're more than happy to brace these temperatures in the mid-40s.
We always are well prepared. We've always looked ahead to make sure that we plan accordingly and wear layers. And the first thing that someone said to us at the airport is, "Where's your jackets?" And we kind of laughed because the sun was out and it was 50 degrees, and that was perfect for us. So we're happy to be here.
Now, that's the sentiment we're hearing from quite a few people we're talking to. And just to give you a better understanding as to what we're seeing right now, so around 6, 7 o'clock, we saw more waves of people coming out, and that was at Icon Park there. But as you can see, there's a couple of people walking around here. And if we come over to the parking lot here, because this is where we usually see it, completely full. But right now, it's only about a quarter full. And even though it's only 10 o'clock, we're seeing some cars still pull up. But again, it's really these wet roads and this temperature starting to continue to drop as well. But this rain and this wind is making it a bit not so nice for the visitors coming here to Central Florida. But for now, reporting live in Orlando, Chancellor Wynn, Fox 35 News.
Well, this winter storm is hitting other parts of the deep south, too.
Yeah, the Arctic blast has plunged temperatures all along the Gulf Coast. Take a look at the snowfall in Houston, Texas. The first ever blizzard warning was issued for parts of the Gulf Coast today. You can see the roads are covered in ice and snow. Part of the problem is that tonight these temperatures are dropping into the teens and 20s. So that's only making the situation worse as everything starts to freeze.
Also, snow covering the sand at Orange Beach. This is Alabama. Yeah, not a soul on the beach right there in these icy temps. The city says this is history in the making.
And the Bayou State looks more like the Blizzard State. Check this out. Several inches of snow covered parts of Louisiana. One neighborhood white as far as the eye can see. This Bourbon Street, where there was a snowball fight. And some places there saw 10 inches of snow. No matter where you go, you can depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team weather app. You can stay ahead of the cold temperatures and track any ice or snow from right in the palm of your hand.